テク特殊部隊フォックスハウンドの最後の隊員だ。
Oh, what?
ザンジバーランド陥落に参加した。道理で地球なまりがひどいと思った。
よろしく、ポリスノーツさん。
デイブはビヨンド生まれ、ビヨンド育ちのビヨンズだ。
よろしく、ジョナサン。テレストリアルは大歓迎だよ。ホームはいいものな。僕もホームの移住願いを申請中なんだ。
よろしく、メリルにデイブ。さて、ジョナサン、どうしよう。とりあえず BCP を案内しようか。お前もポリスノーツだった。
I like them to stop talking so I can... Okay. Oh my gosh. So people aren't aware or whatever. Some big names were just like dropped or whatever. I didn't catch everything that they just said. But some big names, friggin' Foxhound and Zanzibar Land. And basically, Foxhound is like an organization in the Metal Gear franchise, and Zanzibar Land is a sort of something that's referred to in Metal Gear 2. So so apparently this game takes place in the Metal Gear universe. I don't know what to believe. That's crazy. I'm gonna like... Okay, I'm gonna keep recording. I was gonna stop recording and look back to like see what they said, because like my mind just kind of like blanked for a second when they did that, and I lost some information. I think like they said that this fellow was like the last member of Foxhound, and I want to say she was like in Zanzibar Land. I couldn't remember exactly. Not sure what they said. You look like a mellow guy, total opposite of most cops I've known. All my life, everyone's told me all I ever do is smile. It bugged my teachers. Dave thinks he looks cool like this. Dave? Sup? Why'd you become a cop? Well, as you know, I was born here on Beyond. I've never been outside the cylinder. I became a cop because I thought I could get a transfer to home. It takes time for Beyonds to obtain an immigration visa. Sometimes years. Sometimes years. It's not easy either. With all the checks they do. You're lucky, Jonathan. When I was a kid, Beyond was a safe place. That's why I decided to become a cop. I figured it wouldn't be a dangerous job. I had no idea. Sorry to hear that. Then all the dirtbags started showing up. Our job is to get rid of as many of those dirtbags as we can. Let's ask him about him one time. I'm a pretty ordinary guy. My interests aren't that different from most anybody else's. You're really tall. You must get a lot of looks. Not really. I'm only 6 foot. I was one of the smaller ones in the military. I was gonna say, I really like, the animation in that, cutscene there. I really liked, one thing that these, early Japanese animation sometimes, from what I've seen, I've not really seen too much, but, it seems to, it tends to, like, have a lot of, like, oversaturation, which gives it, like, a big, nostalgic feel for me for some reason. Like, it gives it, like, a Saturday morning cartoon type of vibe. If that makes sense. Why don't you tell me about yourself? That's a surprise. No one's ever said that to me before. Not in person, anyway. I'm mainly into bikes and combat. I like men, but not in that way. Of course, ever since I came here, half of me has disappeared. You can't ride bikes on the colony. Well, you can, but only electric ones. They don't let you import gas engine models. A bike's nothing without the speed. You wouldn't be much without the combat either, huh? Everyone in my family was in the military. Yes, that's why. I think they kinda hoped I would. Catching Johns and prostitutes with undercover stings, basic patrols of the colony, that kind of stuff. What do you mean boring? There's this big area for prostitution in the center of the colony called Kabuki Quarter. Tourists from home like to go there for their zero-gravity sex. We arrest them, they get out on bail, it's an endless cycle. I don't like it there because I get SAS since I'm a terrestrial. What was it called, the Kabuki Quarter? There was this red light district in the late 20th century Japan known as Kabukicho. There was an explosion in the number of cases of STBO in Japan back then. Kabukicho was hit particularly hard. So our friends packed up and moved things here. There are rumors Takagawa helped fund the place as a gesture towards his employees. I was in the special forces on home, but the way the world's regions were stabilizing and whatnot meant we weren't needed as much. There was no excitement in that. I was dying to see some real action. Then the government started using more and more frozeners. They ended up getting all the work. That's when I thought I'd try here. I passed all the checks, no problem, but beyond's the same story. All those bug-eyed albino freaks. Just my luck, huh? Alright then. So I'm not sure there's much else I could really say. She really interested me because it's just the similarity to like MGS Meryl is just crazy. And like I'm seeing like a lot of themes for her. Like how she's sort of all into that sort of romanticization of war and whatnot, and that thrill of combat that the MGS games kind of talk about quite a bit. I'm not really sure if there's anything else I could really say to these fellas. Ooh, how about Victor at Forensics do an analysis? Alright then. Not sure, I didn't really mean to have him do anything. Let's take a walk.
お前を一人にする方が心配だ。びっくりするぞ。ここはホームの警察とはかなり違う。さあ、どこへ案内しよう。
Let's go to forensics. See this, get this stuff tested. Oh, hello.
Yo, Dr. Sensei.
If he? Alright.
いつになったらちゃんと呼んでくれるんじゃ。
諦めた方がいい。エドは物覚えが悪いんだ。
お、誰じゃねその人は。ジョナサン、紹介するよ。BCP の鑑識を担当しているビクトル・ユルゲンス先生だ。
He looks very doctorally.
OLA で探偵をしている。
ほう。あんたがあの有名なイングラム飛行士。
That's the one.
若い頃、あんたの火星有人飛行の中継をワクワクして見ていたよ。
You were probably like a little boy then, weren't you?
戻ってきたんじゃな、あんたのホームに。よろしくな。
That face on the screen is kind of weird. That's what am I looking at? I was half expecting him to be, and to be honest, I was half expecting him to be named like Petrovich Monar or something, another Metal Gear Solid thing. This is my aid analyzer. What you see on the monitor is a visual representation of the aid's AI. I'm guessing that's the aid's the AI belonging to the aid. I call him Gorby, yeah. He responds to my voice. Hey, Gorby. I wouldn't bother. He's an AI to a point. He can tell you what's in the dirt on your shoes, but he can't talk. Just blips and bleeps. Alright then. Are you a terrestrial? You'd have to be at your age, wouldn't you? I was born in Moscow, back when socialists ran the country. That picture back there was taken around the time I was born. After the collapse of the Soviet Union, I went to America to study forensic medicine and later became a medical examiner. I've done autopsies on over 30,000 bodies throughout my career. In my 40s, I became interested in studying bodies in space and came here. You should see the bodies you get in zero gravity. The decomposition stages are freaky stuff. Freaking if he's done over 30,000 bodies, that's like, he'd have to like do like if you were like do like autopsying bodies for like an entire year, what would that take? Like 30,000. Like 10 a day or something. I think like 10 a day I would say for like I think my math is wrong. The point I'm trying to make is that 30,000 bodies is quite a lot. I'm not sure that might be like common for that type of person. I'm not sure how long that takes. My area of expertise is medical examinations, but with my aid, I can perform most other analyses too. AP has its own science unit, so we're on a shoestring budget here. It's just me and Gorby. The further computer analyses progress, the less the further computer analyses progress, the less use there is for people like me. Aid. Can you tell me more about that aid thingy? AID is short for Auto Analysis Identification Device. It's an AI gadget for doing analyses. It's got a number of sensors like a spectrograph, a gas chromatograph, and a geotechnical sounder. You make it yourself? Ha! Are you kidding? I wouldn't even know where to start. AID and its analysis programs were created by someone on home. I just did some math, and apparently if you were to for 10 years straight, if this guy's got a sort of long history with this kind of stuff, if you were to do an autopsy of 10,000 people in a 10-year time span, just saying, it's probably like longer than that, probably like 20 years, that would probably be about 3 bodies per day. So, or like less than 3 bodies per day, about 2.7. So, it doesn't actually seem to be that crazy of a number. It blew me away though. I could see like 3 a day over 10 years. Like you might have a day where you get a lot of bodies in, all that type of stuff. I'm actually here looking for a missing person. Supposing he's already dead, how possible would it be to transport his body outside the colony? You could never take a body outside beyond single-handed. They've got a pretty tight security system in place. It will be easier to transport them while they're still alive and kill them somewhere else. They're becoming stricter and stricter about space debris every year. So let's show him all this stuff. Who are these guys? They look Japanese. So that's Hojo. Doesn't look like the type who would just leave everything and take off. This is Kenjo Hojo, the man who disappeared. This is the guy you're looking for? I meant the fox next to you. You could call it an old memory, a really old memory. That's what I'd expect from a terrestrial. Beyonds don't look back on the past the way we do.
Victor, 調べてもらいたいものがあるんだが。
おお、なんじゃ。それか。
ああ、これもそうだが、もう一つある。
全部見せてみ。
Could never turn down a request from one of the Policenauts, could I? Don't tell anyone about them, okay, Doctor? Give me a little time, it shouldn't take too long. Thanks, Victor. No problem. I'll get started right away. Right, so he's going to be analyzing my stuff. It's seeing the blood of every single body I've looked at over the years. Guess you could see part of their souls, too. Man. Did you ever wash it? Can I ask him anything else? Guess not. So let's to the shooting range. Thanks for your time, Victor.
すごい地球なまりだ。安心するよ。
ビヨンズは冷徹に話すからな。地球のように流暢なアクセントはない。
Apparently they've already got like accents.
ここが BCP の射撃訓練場だ。BCP では週2回の射撃訓練が義務付けられている。イヤープロテクターはその壁にかけてある。実弾を使うんでかなりの音になるんだ。
俺も使っていいのか？
構わんだろう。税関で銃の登録はしてるんだろ？
ああ、登録は済ませた。弾のライフリングまでな。
あの右の端末を使えば訓練プログラムが始まる。現れるマンターゲットの命中率と命中箇所が分かる仕組みになっている。ただしこのプログラムは無反動銃、つまりリフトガン用に設定されているからな。
リフトガン？
無重量でも使用できるように反動が抑えられている銃だ。このコロニーではほとんどの銃がこのタイプだ。弾丸が銃口を離れた瞬間に二次爆発を起こすんだ。ロケットのようにな。だから反動が生まれない。
銃口を出た後に爆発してよく狙いがずれないな。
レーザーでターゲットをロックオンしてるからだよ。もう重心の役割はない。さらに銃に反動を吸収するシステムが組み込まれている。リフトガンはいかにロックオンするかが問題なんだ。実行プログラムはターゲットモード、トレーニングモード、コンバットモードの計3モードが用意されている。それぞれさまざまな状況を想定した特徴のあるプログラムが取り入れられている。昔ながらのメカトロニクスと最先端の立体映像、エレクトロニクスを駆使している。
それじゃ VR なのか？
いや、実戦に近づけるために VR は使っていない。銃も実弾を使う。安全性の追求だけでは訓練にはならない。